Create an instructional goal for an individual student in DDtrac. Select the student's name from the student menu on the home page and go to the Goals tab. You can create a new goal, you can edit an existing goal, or you can copy and delete goals. So creating a new goal, I can use the Goal Wizard, Goal Edit View, or I can import a goal. I'm going to start using the Goal Wizard. The Goal Wizard allows you to enter a title, for example, expressive language. Subject area. What's the purpose of this goal? Albert will increase his use of spontaneous language. Click Next. Then you're allowed to define a number of objectives for this expressive language goal. So for example, I could say articulation. And I could say Albert will articulate consonant blends accurately 8 out of 10 times with a verbal. So this makes it measurable. I'm going to be measuring 8 out of 10 times, and I'm going to be modeling it for Albert. I can define instruction I'd give with the teaching the student. I'm going to skip that right now for the moment, and I'll go next. The data collection, I think I'm going to go with a verbal prompt. I want to measure the types of verbal prompts that I want to give in order to get Albert to say the words that I'm trying to get him to say. I could click Help Me Choose, which would step me through a number of screens that would help me pick the type of data collection type I want for this. I'm going to ask each word at least one time, so maybe I'll do 2 trials per session. So I'll say 2 times I can take up to 2 data points on each consonant blends that I'm measuring. And I plan on starting work on this today. He'll have mastered it when I can do voice prompt. So a voice prompt is what I'd said in my objective description, 80% out of 10 trials. The targets then are what I'm actually going to be measuring when I take data. So for example, I could say CL would be a target for a consonant blend. I could add another target, BR. I could add another target, CH. And I could finish the definition of my objective. Now here's the objective I just created. Articulation. I've got the description, and these are the targets I just added. If I want to edit an existing goal, I click Edit Existing Goals. Here are all of the goals. This is the one I just defined. And again, if I go here and I click the articulation, the expressive language goal, it'll take me to the screen that allows me to edit the articulation goal. I can also create a new goal by importing a goal from sample goals. Go OK. Let's say I want to import an academic goal. Let's say I want to import acquisition of vocabulary and contextual understanding, understanding words, position and direction words, and categories. I check the ones I want. I could actually import these into an existing object goal or create a brand new goal. So I'm going to import these that I just checked into my expressive language goal that I just created. It takes me back to the expressive language goal, and I can see that the ones I just added are here, and I can edit them. For instance, 8 out of 10 opportunities. I can change the data collection type from score to, let's say, a Likert scale. I can say the prompts that I want. In this case, I'll say 1 would be pointing. 2 would be, no, 1 would be hand over hand. 2 would be pointing. 3 would be gesture. 4 would be a wait prompt. And 5 is no prompt. Since I chose Likert 5 prompt, these scales that I just created will show up on the data collection screen and allow the user to know what custom prompt levels I've defined for this Likert scale. I could do that for all of the new objectives that I just got, and I can update the goal and the new objectives. And that'll save the changes, and you can see now that for my expressive language goal, I have the original articulation goal I defined. I have the category goals, the contextual understanding goals, and the position direction words goals. So that's really an overview of goals. I guess I forgot to mention that the date introduced is the date that you start working on the goal, and that'll be automatically updated the first time you take data for the student. The mastery criteria is what DDtrac is looking for, level of performance DDtrac is looking for when it computes whether or not a student has mastered a goal. Number of trials is the number of data collection points you'll be taking for this particular objective in any one data collection session. The date mastered essentially will be the date that the student meets the mastery criteria, measured across, which is 80% mastery. 80% of the time, so he has to get it correct with no prompt, 80% of the time measured across 5 sections for this particular objective.